Rocketman is directed by Dexter Fletcher and stars Taron Egerton as Elton John. This film tells the story of his formative years as a child. We watch him as a kid discovering that he's a musical prodigy, right into adulthood when he becomes one of the most successful musicians of all time. But of course, that comes with a price. When it comes to musical biopics, I have a rough time with them because some of them take a very traditional approach. They just want to tell a story. This happened from A to Z, and we got a good actor who's able to sing sort of like this person, and we're hoping we do it right. And that's usually how all of them go, and it can get tiring. They all follow a very similar formula. Most of them have stuff with drugs and alcohol, and yes, this film has that as well. The highs and lows of a musician's life when they're mega famous. A lot of times, these films can get tiresome. Not the case with Rocketman. This movie was a goddamn blast. I loved it. I had a really good time with it. So much of this is because Taron Egerton. What the fuck? Like, where did this come from? This is Oscar worthy. He is really, really good in this movie. I was blown away with how good he was, especially since he does all of his own singing. This guy has got it. I mean, I liked him in Kingsman. But like, damn, he can act. He is phenomenal in this movie, and I am just really excited about how good he is in this film. I've always liked Elton John's music, but I've never been a super fan or anything. My first introduction to his music was actually The Lion King, and then after that I listened to more of his songs, and he's obviously a legend for a reason. But it's difficult to tell a story like his cohesively while also having it be entertaining without making it seem like everything else that's on the market. And in the case of Dexter Fletcher, he took an amazing approach here, because this isn't just your by-the-numbers biopic. This isn't like, hey, Elton John was a kid and he learned how to play piano and his life wasn't great, and here's him doing his first performance, and here's him doing drugs, and here's his life falling apart. What this movie does differently than all the other ones is it takes a fantastical approach to having actual musical numbers within the narrative. This isn't just a by-the-book tale of Elton John's young life. This is absolutely a musical fantasy. So at times, when he's a young kid and he's feeling down, he breaks out into song, and maybe his dad does too. And then all of a sudden there's a choreographed dance number. And so it feels really lively and really fresh. And this also helps them tell the story of many, many years through montage form without making it seem tired. Because these characters just burst out into song, and where normally that kind of bugs me, I'm not a huge musical fan. With a film like this, it felt welcome. It was like, yes, I want more of that. Not just because Taron Egerton was doing such a good job, but because the film felt really vibrant and exciting. And because it wasn't like other musical biopics. It wasn't fucking boring. There was energy. Like, things were constantly happening. Jamie Bell is also really good here as Bernie, Elton John's primary writer. They've worked together for a really long time, and he's fantastic in the movie. The entire film is filled with really good performances, but it's the music, Taron Egerton singing, the energy that he brought to the role, the passion that he brought to this role, and the fact that it doesn't sound exactly like Elton John. Like, he put his own spin on it, kind of, and it's not like he ruined any of the music. I'm not seeing Elton John fanatics having a problem here. I do think it's Oscar-worthy, and yes, the Academy is notoriously forgetful whenever a film comes out earlier in the year, but who knows? If Bohemian Rhapsody can win Best Film Editing, anything can happen. I also like the structure of the film, the fact that Elton John is telling this story from rehab. So we see him entering rehab, and then he sits down, and he's in this incredible outfit, and he's telling everybody this story. And so it was kind of a more clear and concise way to approach a lot. That being said, yeah, despite the showy visuals and the musical numbers and the fantastical approach to telling this story, it does hit the beats of your normal musical biopic. And sometimes that can be like, okay, yeah, we've seen this before. But it was Dexter Fletcher's approach to it that made it so much better. And in the long run, it's kind of difficult to pinpoint any real flaws with the movie. Beyond some pacing issues, there are scenes that drag just a little bit. And sometimes, yes, there's a little overly familiar sense to the proceedings. But like I said, it's enlivened by the approach. And I had a great time with Rocketman. I'm going to give it an A-. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.